Oh my gosh. Well, I better go get some gasoline. Oh, well, I appreciate you letting me know. You got that right. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. Oh, boy. Launch meeting. What the hell's going on here?
There you are.
Let's get beyond here.
Not time yet.
Well, how do I get all the stuff I need?
What do you need? See, they're coming in. You just got it on large.
Participants? How many we got here?
You hear it? Like you hear.
Well, I'll make you a drink while I'm waiting.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Okay. Well, we got a lot of things to talk about today, so now somebody has. I think it might be you. You can't have two open mics because you can cause feedback. So I just muted you. So, I mean, you can't have the sound feeding into the mic. So if you're listening on one device and it causes feedback, so you've been muted. So if it's on the same device, that's fine, because the device will work that. But if it's a separate device, it'll cross over to the other one and cause feedback. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Alrighty. So let's get started. We had all kinds of things happening, but of course the news has been totally dominated by the invasion of Ukraine and by Russia. And there's a lot of interesting stories, a lot of terrible human tragedy, and so that's one subject I am just going to leave out of the discussions today, because it could be totally absorbing, totally frustrating, and not very happy to talk about. So we'll just sort of, we know all about it, and we just have to say, You can watch it on the news, but it's not anything I really want to talk about. So, oh, my cat wants to talk to me. Lila, would you come on over here? Come on. I think she wants her dinner, but she's going to have to wait. So, we did have a celebration of Mardi Gras this week, and the beginning of the Lenten season and all that. And the Mardi Gras happy hour was sort of very low key. It wasn't the same kind of party we used to have with all people dressed up and then all kinds of things going on. We just had a few appetizers, and we didn't even have any hurricanes. So it was sort of it's okay, but nothing to write home about. And then, of course, in the evening, we had that Dixie music with the Dixie Delics or something over in the pack, and that was really fun, lots of fun to listen to. I saved made a few recordings, so if things got dull, I can always play a couple of minutes of their music. But I think most of the people understand it. They've been here, a couple of years ago, I think. So. The other thing that started this week was the visitor dining in the dining room. We have a couple of tables now that are open for having your friends and relatives and come in, and there's up to 2 tables of 4 tops. And I guess you got to book them ahead of time. Somebody said they're already booked out for 3 or 4 months, and I checked with the hostess, and she said no, there's still some open dates, but it's starting to fill in. And I kind of think as we do fill up those tables, we should let people know that we'd like to have a few more tables, because I don't know what the number of 2 is based upon, but I think they could probably increase it as we hit capacity on those reservations.
You can have the vault for lunch.
Oh yeah, that's something else. My cat wants to play, and it's not right time. He's playing with my microphone cord. So the vault is up to 10 people or something like that. So if you're going to have a family birthday or something like that, that'd be great too. But those are reservations ahead of time too, and I have to need to watch it. But we need to keep track of it. So it's a resource that we'd like to probably get into. So when you have family available, you know how to schedule the family and schedule the reservation and try to hopefully they got all matched up. Anybody comments on those? Comments? Is it working for everybody so far? Okay. All righty. Marianne, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good, now we're unmuted.
Yeah. What's that?
Thank you.
Okay. Nadine won't be here with us today, so if you have any questions, we can ask the questions on the meeting, and she'll be watching a copy of it later. So if you want to ask an open question, we won't be. I don't think I can get an answer for you right now, but that way we get the answer in the minutes, and she can address it a little further downstream. Let's see. We have a new marketing director this week. Her name, I haven't met her. Her name is Sue Bernstein. Has anyone had a chance to meet her? Well, this is a quiet crowd today. All righty. Okay. Well, I guess we got to get her on here to become familiar with all of us, and so we can help her in her efforts to, gain new prospects and fill up the empty rooms around here. So, no big events coming up that I saw on the calendar, except for one. Anybody know what it is? Next week, the end of the week, it's Ken Cooper's 101 birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's an event we probably will celebrate. I don't know any details of it or what's been planned, but I'm sure we're going to all want to let Ken know that he's a very special guy around here, and we don't see too many people get that up to that number. So I have a little thing, a fun thing to share with you about 100th birthdays. Okay, so let me get up here and try to find it for you. Let's see, get this out of the way. Here it is. So let's see if I don't think I set up the share right. I didn't do it set up right. Okay, here we go. So here's this lady. She's 100 years old, and she's
Well, congratulations on your 100th birthday.
Oh, yeah, that
Now, I understand you went to Universal Studios yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And you know, the wind was terrible.
Oh, okay.
I had a skirt on, and the wind was just blowing it like that. And I was hanging on to my hat. And a kid came up and he says, "Lady," he says, "you better stop hanging on to your hat and pull your dress down. You're showing everything you got." And I said, "I don't care. What they see down there is 100 years old. This is a brand new hat."
all righty. So that gets off a little laugh. So if you, I was trying to figure something else to go into thinking back about the years and all the fun stuff going on. And of course, one of my favorite things in life is music. So I wanted to go back and try to find some music from the time we really enjoyed music. So I went back to year I was in high school, and actually the 1958, which is when the year I graduated. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So I got to share this. So these are the music from the 1960s, 1950s all the way to 1960s. So I'm starting it right at 1950, going to 1958.
Come on, baby. It drives me crazy. It's just great balls of fire.
That's what you say each time that deep in the dark your kiss will thrill me like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me with dreams untold. Whenever I want you, all I have to do.
Look at those hairdos.
Dream, 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 dream.
I think the hairdos of the guys were more complex than the hair the ladies had.
The one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater.
One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater.
The one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater sure looks strange to me.
Well, a hard-headed woman, a soft-hearted man,
been the cause of trouble ever since the world began. Oh yeah, ever since the world began. Ain't a woman been a thorn in the side of man.
When I met that little girl, I knew that I would fall for a little fool. Oh yeah, I was a fool.
Volare. Oh, cantare. Oh,
Once in a while he won't call, but it's all in the game.
my only prayer will be that someday you'll care for me, but it's only make believe.
To know him is to love him, and I do, and I do, and I do, and I do, and I do.
Hang down your head, Tom.
That's okay. So that's getting into the next year. So that's some of the old music. Kind of interesting. Some of the kids, they were wearing suits and all dresses and everything else. Boy, way back then, people were actually dressed up. It's a lost art these days. So anyhow. So we have a few little things happening in the COVID world these days. I guess today was the first day that LA lifted their mask requirements for people walking around outdoors, and they're leaving it up to the businesses to decide what the rules will be if you are going to wear a mask, if you need to wear a mask indoors and that kind of stuff. So nothing's changed here at the village. I think last week Nadine mentioned you don't have to wear a mask unless you want to when you're walking around outdoors. But when you get into a crowd or something, that the rules start to change and then the risk improve. As you may recall, we had encouraged people to get these KN95 masks. And they have a little printing on it and everything else, and the village has been handing them out during the COVID testing. But I like the masks that don't, not just to go around the ears, but a full loop, so you have a mask that goes behind your head. So I went out and bought these things on Amazon, thinking I was going to be a smart guy, and I got a dozen of them or something like that for maybe $20 or something. Problem with them is the bands break. So this band is broken off from the back of the mask, and so it's totally worthless. And I want to get out my needle and thread and sew it together. And this is about the 4th mask out of 10 that has popped the mask. So I am not going to buy any of those. That brand, it's from Amazon. Just to give you a warning, it's called Mirology, MERILOGYINK, and it's an N95 mask, and it's approved by NOSH and all that. The mask is okay, but the process of attaching bands to the masks is faulty. So just if you're going to go out and do that, be aware of it. It's nothing in this world is perfect. So, but we do have a new virus popping up now, and I'm going to show you that. Let's see if we can find it here. Here it is. Yeah. So here we The new virus is called, virologists have done a new virus called the Nile virus type C. It appears to target those who were born between 1930 and 1970, which includes most of us. And it has the problems like you send the same email twice, you send a blank email, sending a message to the wrong person, sending it back to the person who sent it to you, forgetting the attachment, hitting send before you're finished, deleting instead of send, and send when you should hit delete. This is why it's called a senile virus. And if you can't admit to doing the above, then you always got the muted strain, the denial virus. There you go. Okay. Okay. Anyhow, does anyone have any particular newsy topics they want to talk about today? Otherwise, I'm just going to have a lot of fun with you guys. And I'm going to get into another subject in a minute, but I just want to make sure everybody's having a good time. So let me show you a cute little story that I found, and hope that you will enjoy it as much as I did.
Tonight, a heartwarming story.
Let me see if I can get this. I didn't get it up to the where it goes here. Okay. So I gotta go. Oh, come on. Okay, here we go.
Some kids dream of being Spider-Man or Batman.
1, 2,
But 4-year-old Carter Lawson admires a different superhero,
It's time for Mr. Mike.
the mailman.
I see him.
Every day right outside his window.
He's right there.
Postman Mike. 9 years on the job, but only one route like this.
Hey, buddy.
A most unusual friendship.
You ready to go help me? I'm gonna need a lot of help today, okay?
The cheerful mailman.
Hey, what are you doing out here in the road? Hey.
And his little buddy.
Good work.
So the invisible mailman to most of us, to your son, is?
Everything. He's a hero.
No! You're gonna get fired, buddy.
What does fired mean?
Here, getting bills has never been so much fun.
I love you.
Love you. I can reach this one.
To Carter, the entire postal system is just one man, Mike.
Good job. He sent a letter to his one of his grandparents down in Texas, and he handed it to me one day. I said, "We'll get it there, buddy." He said, "You got a long way to drive."
So to explain how it works, the letter carriers in Knoxville invited this pint-sized postman to their sorting center.
And whose house is this?
Ours.
That's your house.
A first-class friendship.
We deliver the mail.
A forever stamp of approval. Signed, sealed, delivered. Kerry Sanders, NBC News, Knoxville.
Wasn't that a cute little story?
Yeah.
I like to have some smiles rather than all this other negative news, so I'm looking for that kind of stuff. I do get other things from other folks here to show. Let's see. Let's see. I got this other one. Oh yeah, here's the other one I was going to show you. Then we can get into some serious discussion here. Oh, I know it. I'm doing it the wrong way. What am I doing? What's going on here? Oh, okay. I didn't want to do that. Okay. It's hard to set these things up and when you're not doing this full time, so just bear with me. So I found a little cartoon of the Walnut Village people. So I'm going to share this with you. This is the Walnut Village people. There we go. Come on, okay. What's going on here? And there's another guy. He was lonely until he glued his coffee cup onto his car. Now everybody waves at me. Come on, what's going on? Oh, I know. I try to do it this way here. Okay. And here's a garage sale sign. All the crap you need. Okay. Here's a guy playing a practical joke on found an extra pair of boots at the work site, so he gave my boss a heart attack. So I put the boots on the side of where they're paving. And this is true now. Beer is cheaper than gas. Drink, don't drive. And for those people having hearing aid problems, here's a new style hearing aid where you can select what you want to listen to. Here's a pretty picture of a nice lady. Let me get this a little smaller. They're cute and look harmless, but they are loud, incredibly expensive, and to keep, and absolutely untrainable. The other one's a kangaroo. I don't know anything about kangaroos. And here's the one dog talking to the other one. He says, "The problem with email is no one to bite." Hey Siri, why don't relationships work out? This is Alexa. And here's the one. Without a single degree, they built roads that have lasted an eternity. This is looking like the people in Greece or Rome or whatever. And then the engineers arrived and got all these potholes.
You're muted.
Now here's one for Doug. He's listening.
No.
Shortly after British Airways flight had reached its cruising altitude, the captain announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain. Welcome to Flight 293, non-stop from London to Toronto. The weather ahead is good, so we should have a smooth, uneven ride, so sit back and relax." And, "Oh my God!" And then silence followed, and moments later the captain came back on the intercom. "Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry if I scared you. When I was talking to you, a flight attendant actually spilled a cup of coffee in my lap. You should see the front of my pants." And the Irish passenger said, "For God's sake, you should see the rear of mine." All right. Okay. Just to put a little meat on the meeting today, I want to talk a little bit about things we've been talking about, the paperwork problem here at the village. We've got much paper. All the memos are on paper form, and it's a slow, tedious way of getting the news out. It gets it out to just about everybody, but then once you get the paper, you what do you do with it? You read it and you put it in a stack somewhere, and the next thing you know, the stack gets mixed up with other stuff, and you may throw it out, or and you say, "What did I say? What did it?" And we don't have perfect memories anymore, so it's hard to figure what was on the memo, and even worse, it's hard to figure out what you did with the memo. So we are working on a couple of different things here. I'm trying to go back to the village news site that I set up. It's a blog I set up in the beginning of COVID, just to have information more available, because we couldn't go out and walk around to the post and everything else, and the notes and all that kind of stuff. And it sort of got off track as I started putting jokes in there and all kinds of other stuff. And I found out later that no one, maybe one or two people were reading it, but it wasn't enough of a following for me to put 10 hours a week into maintaining it. So I just put it aside. Now I'm rethinking it, and I says, well, maybe this would be a good place to store some of those memos, and the menus and a few other things that we can refer to, and have a place and not have to keep a stack of paper on my desk or unavoidably throw away the wrong one or something like that. So I'm looking at ways to just reformat it and make it a little easier. So that's my little personal project, and it's taking up my spare time. The other project we have going is a sort of a informal meeting or committee going to discuss how we can make communications from the staff to the residents a little more useful, and help the residents keep abreast of what's going on. We had a meeting in February, I guess it was, and had about 15 or 20 people show up in the LLC. There's going to be another meeting in March, I think March 22nd, and you should have got an invite from Michelle Foyt, and it's going to talk about Touchtown, which is our system for doing the in-house TV stuff. But I wanted to sort of make sure people were aware of what Touchtown is. So I did a little research on the web, because it's touchtown.com, has all kinds of stuff going on it. And I wanted to sort of prep you on what is possible, because there's a lot of stuff that is available beyond just a TV capability. So here, this is a very brief overview of some of the functionality of Touchtown. And I'm not saying we're going to do all of this stuff. I'm just trying to make you aware of what that system can do, okay? So, whoops. So it's more than an in-house TV system. It has a database. It provides information to the community apps. The apps run on smartphones, tablets, and computers. It also provides input to the TV systems, to Alexa, and to digital signs in the hallways and meeting spaces, and also can be integrated with the Front Porch Walnut Village website. So what you end up doing is you have a person over here who's, let's say, Ryan, who's putting in the stuff ongoing for the activities for the day, and it gets distributed to apps, Alexa, digital signs, and so forth. And the whole idea is when you put the stuff in, he's talking about yoga, for instance, he can send it out to the apps, the TV, lobby signs, web extensions, and so forth, and then publish it and make it available to everybody really quickly. So it's only one effort to get all the information out to everybody else. Now you can have apps for just the residents. There's also apps for employees, so they can keep track of what's going on. They can do training of the employees and keep track of what's going on and schedules and so forth. Apps to keep your friends, your family involved with what's going on in the community. And also marketing can use it for prospects, showing what's going on, and they can have them go to different links to see what's going on, different activities and events and entertainment and so forth. Now, just for the apps for the residents, you can look at activities, dining, announcements, residence directories, little coffee catches, newsletters, games, wellness, videos, and all kinds of stuff. And these work on your phone or tablet or desktop. Of course, there's a TV system, and that can have community content. It can be integrated with YouTube. You can put movies and DVDs on it, and you can also do live streaming. For instance, if we had a big event in the PAC, we could stream it to the TVs too. Then digital signs, which we don't use, but they could be, they are basically TV monitors, and you have them in the hallways and other kind of places to show what's going on, and it could be in the meeting rooms or the dining room or something like that, to show what's going on, and you have them in various places to keep people aware if they're not paying attention. So this is just sort of like advertising the stuff for the day. It can be integrated with Alexa, so you can make announcements, and Alexa can have this information available. So you can either make it so users ask by community what's going on, and keep track of activities and schedules and dining menus and everything else. It also can do for activities to tell people what's getting involved and tie in with the community apps. For instance, for dining, you can tell. This is some examples. This is places at Erickson's has some nutrition programs, so during accessible from Alexa, so they can find out what's on the menu. Here's another one that is the most popular with Alexa. They can easily access and plan their next visit over dinner, and then talking to the prospective residents, give them an idea of what's going on. You can publish calendars, and this is the kind of thing that Ryan and Judy need. Once you put a calendar with a single effort, you can go to the apps, signs, the TV system, websites, and also print it out. So people who want a paper copy, that's one thing, but if you just want to look at what's a calendar that's on your tablet or your phone, you can go and get the latest thing. And they can change and they can update it, and they can be in weekly format, monthly format, daily format, and so forth. Stuff that's in the database can be also published on the Walnut Village website. We have to work that out with Front Porch. And then it connects the signs with Zoom. So the TV system can be linked with Zoom and go across the multiple platforms. There's some ideas where they use the TV as a hub in the rooms, and then have forms for the residents to fill out, requests for, let's say, a work order or signing up for this thing or other. Then they connect with the phones so they can encourage people to, it's like a phone directory, and you use it, you can see the person as well as some of their interests and hobbies, and connect up with them, and they use the digital signs what's going on for the day. And they're all maintained really directly. You can have a resident directory, you can have employee directories. I don't think the residents get the employees, and the employees get the residents, but they're kept separate. And then you have photos in there, and we could actually change so we could actually maintain the resident photo directory on electronic format and be kept up to date. And there's all kinds of stuff going on about this stuff. So you can connect with your neighbors and see what's going on, maybe some of their interests. You can have messaging and reminders. They can be pushed to their residents if you want to have messages come out with about something happening for that day that would be of general interest. Streaming of events and training, so that gives video everywhere that has a video capability, and so forth. So that's an overview of the capabilities. And you can see it's much bigger than just having a little Channel 81 kind of thing that we now use. Here's a case of how Carlsbad has used it. If I can get this thing running.
Let's see, we've got a new thing we're working on now.
Wait a minute. I want to make this larger.
Let's see, we've got a new thing we're working on now that just introduced about 2 weeks ago called CBTS.
We're not seeing anything, Bob.
Oh, okay, just a minute. I forgot to do the sharing. All righty, we're back up here again. get one thing running, I've get the other one. Okay, here we go. These are residents Carlsbad by the sea. Okay.
Let's see, we've got a new thing we're working on now that just introduced about 2 weeks ago called CBTS Concierge. Now, another thing that's set up here, CBTS has used, that's Carlsbad by the Sea, has used Touchtown system to keep track of all the dinner menus, the events going on. We put out a monthly calendar with everything on it. Usually the dinners are like a week or two in advance. And that's through Touchtown, which is a company that puts this out. So they have come out recently with their concierge, which we have adopted. And the concierge allows you to use your smartphone or your computer or your laptop and address that same database. So now you can look at all your menus, pick the date you want the calendar, look for all the trips, look for all the meals that have roast beef in it, and it's really a very neat system. And I think more people are using that. It's also set up that if you want to carry out, which we allow here, you can send in your carry out requested. You can also, it has forms, you can ask a maintenance request. If you're going to be traveling, you can send in your schedule of being gone. That system is going to be very, very useful. And that's just opened up. It has like 5 modules. We have dining, activities, forms,
He forgets the rest.
and the resident directory with pictures and bios. That's really a neat thing. So now, well, gradually as people put all their stuff on there, you can look somebody up now, and it's also instantly updated.
How about that?
Well, is it a table for 6?
What?
No, that was I got Mary Ann's on the phone, so I just.
Oh.
So this is sort of a big dump of information so you guys become aware that this capability exists. There's going to be a discussion and a presentation by Ryan and Sandy in the LLC on the 22nd of March. If you haven't been invited, talk to talk to Michelle, and you can get yourself invited so we keep track of how many people we can accommodate. Because they're going to sort of go over what I just presented in a lot more detail. But if we are already aware of some of these capabilities, let this information start burning in your mind of, does this really help us? Or this would really solve a problem for us? And think about those kinds of things so that we can take advantage of it. I don't know how many shots we're going to have to do this, but if we had all that information, at least for the people who have computers and email and web access, it would help a lot. But then there's also the video and the Alexas and everything else that's tied into it too. So it covers quite a bit. And like we've said before, there's probably need to be more than one way of communicating with us. It won't get rid of all the paper, but it'll make information flow a lot faster, and the paper will be there as a backup. And maybe the only solution for some people who don't want to get on the technology train. So does that make sense to you guys? Start thinking about it, and maybe we'll make this meeting a lot more productive, so it can come up with some recommendations, and if we really think that we really need it, express some interest in it. So the staff can go forward and see what, where they can go find $1 or $2 and pay for it. Because it's not going to be free. And they got to come up and buy all these extra modules and so forth. Alrighty, so let's see. I have another series of things I was going to here's a few jokes that Bill Orr sent me this morning. So I figured, well, I'll accommodate Bill. He's always got some interesting things he comes up with. So sharing screen again. These are embarrassing medical exams, okay? A man comes into the ER and yells, "My wife's going to have a baby in the cab." So the doctor rushes out to the cab, lifts up the lady's dress, begins to take off her underwear, and suddenly notices there were several cabs and he was in the wrong one. Okay, next. At the beginning of my shift, I placed a stethoscope on an elderly and slightly deaf female patient's anterior chest wall and asked, "Big breaths," I instructed. And she says, "Yes, they used to be," replied the patient. Okay, here we go. During a patient's 2-week follow-up appointment with a cardiologist, he informed me, his doctor, that he was having trouble with one of his medications. "Which one?" I asked. "The patch. The nurse told me to put on a new one every 6 hours, and now I'm running out of places to put it." I had him quickly undressed and discovered what I'd hoped I wouldn't see. His man had over 50 patches on his body. Now the instructions include removal of the old patch before you put a new one on. Alrighty, here we go. When acquainting myself with a new elderly patient, I asked, "How long have you been bedridden?" And after looking completely confused, she answered, "Why, not for about 20 years when my husband was alive." I have to think about that one. Here we go. A new young doctor was doing his residency in OB. I was quite embarrassed when performing a female pelvic exam. To cover my embarrassment, I had unconsciously formed a habit of whistling softly. The middle-aged lady upon whom I was performing the exam suddenly burst out laughing and further embarrassing me. I looked up from my work and sheepishly said, "I'm sorry, was I tickling you?" "No," she replied. "No, doctor, but the song you were whistling was, 'I Wish I Was an Oscar Mayer Wiener.'" All righty, so that's enough of that. I have, let's see.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
If you're interested in medical jokes and you like puns, you might like to think about if nipples were not on a lady's breast, they would be impertinent. That's not right. Pardon me, that was not correct. I get a big feedback when I.
What was that, John?
I get a big feedback when I talk with you.
Do you have more than one speaker going, or
no,
or more than one mic? I'm not sure.
No.
We hear it too. It sounds like an echo.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay. Well, let me see if I change. So
maybe everybody has that.
Okay. It's better now? Is it better now? I was using an aggregate mixer device, and so it makes sure the sound from the other things came through. So now the question is, if I send this, here's a story about a parrot who likes to sing.
What Don was saying.
What actors and actresses do when they have to get in shape really fast for a movie, because
Wait a minute, what is this wrong? That's the wrong one.
May I correct my earlier statement?
What was that?
Yeah. Let him.
Okay, now I'm
Clear
gonna,
statement would not have nipples. They would be, what's the word? I give up. They would be, if women's breasts did not have nipples, they would be pointless.
oh, I see. Yes, okay.
Yes.
All righty, okay.
I got it.
Very good, very good. Okay, see if this sound comes out the way it should.
My name is Cassie Molina. I am the Director of Staff Development at Natural Encounters and one of the top trainers here at the Flights of Wonder show. Hello! Groucho is a yellow-naped
Are you able to hear this?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazon parrot. He's 23 years old. He's been performing here at the Animal Kingdom since the Animal Kingdom opened, and he is absolutely one in a million. Well, I think what makes him most special is the fact that he sings 7 songs, but also how clearly he sings them.
I've seen parrots and macaws before, but not one that could do that.
One of the other things that makes him so incredible is that he gets turned on when there's people around, when there's cameras around. You know, in the studios during the Jay Leno or Ellen DeGeneres show, some birds freeze and Groucho just keeps going. He's just fabulous. He's in the background talking up a storm and just really gets turned on by being in front of a camera. Groucho gets to sing whichever song he wants.
Yeah, I was impressed. Yeah, I think that was probably going to be one of the highlights of the kids' day here.
He's a ham, yeah. He's a star. Good stuff. All right, Groucho.
All righty. Oh, come on.
My name is Kat.
You gotta shut it off too. So we have. Let's see. Did I show you the? Yeah, I showed some of those things. I have some more. Some things that Bill sent me. This is an interesting one. And if you learn it, maybe you can perform it for somebody else. So let me go to share. All righty, here we go.
If you get this ball into this cup, I'll give you $100, okay?
It's easy.
$100, there's one catch. This cup has to be upside down. Get this ball into that cup, you get $100.
That has to be upside down.
It has to be upside down, yeah, just like that. But no.
What?
There's a catch, you went too fast.
Sorry.
Let me do the thing first, and then we can go, okay? You gotta take your time
You
here.
didn't say that the first time. So.
This ball into that cup, upside down. You can't touch that cup, though.
But I can move this cup.
Yes, you can move that cup, whatever you want to do. Well, leave it right there, yeah. Can't move it now.
Oh, okay.
He didn't believe that one. He got outsmarted there. Let's see. We got. I have another. I got a few minutes here, so here's something for people who love old cars, old American cars, and see if we can get this one to play. This is a hodgepodge of interesting stuff today.
city, back of my neck getting dirt and gritty. Bend down, isn't it a pity?
Remember the window in the back like that?
All around, people looking half dead, walking on the sidewalk harder than a match head.
Double shift.
But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance all night. Despite the heat, it'll be alright. And babe, don't you know it's a pity the days can't be like the nights in the summer, in the city, in the summer, in the city. Cool town, meeting in the city, dressed so fine and looking so pretty. Cool cat, looking for a kitty, gonna look in every corner of the city. Till I'm wheezing like a bus stop, running up the stairs, gonna meet you on the rooftop. But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance all night. Despite the heat, it'll be alright. And babe, don't you know it's a pity the days can't be like the nights in the summer, in the city, in the summer, in the city. My neck getting dirt and gritty. Been down, isn't it a pity? Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. All around, people looking half dead, walking on the sidewalk harder than a match head. But now it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance all night. Despite the heat, it'll be alright. And babe, don't you know it's a pity the days can't be like the nights in the summer, in the city, summer, in the city.
There's a lot of things, mechanical things can go wrong with those things, right? Oh well. Now all we have now is these to look forward to is these new electric cars. So that ought to be fun. Well, let's see. I got. I showed you those, and we have. Oh, we got to finish off with our puns. We forgot the puns. We always have to have some puns to finish off here. So where are they? Oh, here they are. This way I can leave you guys laughing or shaking your head, whichever. Okay. So what does a caterpillar do on New Year's Day? He turns over a new leaf. All righty. Let's get rid of this. Let's see here. Did you? Oh, this is an interesting one. There we go. Did you hear about the guy whose whole left side was cut off? He's all right now.
Oh, good.
All right, I got to have a little courage to talk about these things. What do you call a lion who's eaten your mother's sister?
An anteater?
An anteater. There you go. There you go, Ken. Why did the sparrow go to the library? Looking for bookworms.
Oh,
All righty. What's the balloon's least favorite type of music? Pop. Okay. Why would a frog wait for the bus? His car got towed.
Oh.
Okay. Here's the last one. Where did the boat go when it was sick? The boat dock.
Oh. Yeah.
All righty, guys.
That was good.
Well,
Thank you, Bob.
it's not a lot of content here, but I did want to make sure you guys were exposed to the Touchtown stuff so we can, approach this meeting fruitfully and maybe we get some ideas in our heads. If you've got other kinds of things you want to talk about, let me know, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All righty, have a good one.